Moment of truth. Oh, she's perfect. This is so much better than my old setup.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for video game films that went overlooked by critics, audiences, or often both. We'll be looking at direct adaptations of video game stories and films that creatively explore video game culture. Number 10. Warcraft.
Oh, it's good to see trees again. On the snow. Even from a distance.
Coming from visionary director Duncan Jones, the film based on the massively popular Warcraft franchise was nothing if not ambitious. With one of the biggest budgets ever given to a video game adaptation, it was a spectacle that rivaled similar fantasy epics like the Lord of the Rings trilogy on a purely visual level. However, many critics took issue with its script, and despite setting box office records, its huge price tag meant that it failed to break even financially. Despite a few issues, its incredible scope, breathtaking world building, and loving attention to the series' mythology make this one worthy of a second look.
You will follow this demon? I will not!
Number 9. Super Mario Bros.
Alright. Come on. Come and get it!
For better or for worse, the craze of films that adapted video game properties started in earnest with Super Mario Bros. The film was, to be charitable, loosely based on the game franchise, which was as popular in the early 90s as it is today. Aside from character names and a slew of references, it had more in common with Blade Runner than its source material.
Oh, Mario, I knew you'd come for me!
However, it did have a certain charm. Initially lambasted by Mario fans as well as traditional critics, its truly bizarre plot, wacky special effects, and seemingly unhinged actors have earned it fans over the years. Despite being such a flop that it scared Nintendo from making further films for decades, it absolutely earned its spot in the cult classic canon.
I'm flying, Mario, I'm flying! Come on, I told you, all you have to do is trust, come on!
Number 8. Rampage. As its title suggests, the 1986 arcade game Rampage and its many sequels feature a trio of monsters wreaking havoc, destroying cities, and eating people. That trio included the giant gorilla George, a lizard monster Lizzie, and a freakishly huge werewolf creature Ralph. While the film changed the origins of the kaiju and added sufficient plot, the destruction and disaster from the games were perfectly represented, thanks in large part to the use of effects. George is now a protagonist, fighting alongside humans led by a perfectly utilised Dwayne Johnson. While it may not be high art, neither was the incredibly fun original game, both instead providing a metric ton of smashing stuff. Number 7. Assassin's Creed.
Synchronization achieved.
Rather than being a direct adaptation of a particular plot from the vast array of Assassin's Creed games, the film told an original story focusing on a new central character, Cal. That story fits seamlessly into the overarching plot of the games, with the shadowy organization and their conflict with the assassins once again taking center stage.
What is this?
I'm sorry, Cal, this is not the way I like to do things.
And don't do it.
Insert epidural.
As both Cal and his ancestor Iguala, Michael Fassbender anchors the film as it shifts between 15th century Spain and the present day. Both periods are beautifully realised as Fassbender re-teamed with director Justin Kurzel and cinematographer Adam Arkapour, who had made one of the most gorgeous films of all time just a year prior with their adaptation of Macbeth. Number 6. Mirai Ninja. Released 5 years before Super Mario Bros., this little-known film, which never received a theatrical release in North America, was the first ever feature-length video game film. Based on the side-scrolling arcade game of the same name, Mirai Ninja followed a cybernetic ninja in a quest for vengeance. Falling firmly into the genre of tokusatsu, it combines sci-fi elements with those reminiscent of feudal Japan, yielding spectacular results. The The film wouldn't be released at all in the West until a VHS dub in 1995, when it was retitled as Cyber Ninja in the US and Warlord in Canada. Even today, the film and its piece of video game history remain largely unknown. Number 5. Werewolves Within.
Go to your room, lock your door, don't come up for anybody, okay?
With a small budget and a limited release, few saw Werewolves Within. Even fewer were aware that it was based on a VR game for the PlayStation 4. Those who did see it were impressed as it quickly set the record for best reviewed video game film based on aggregators Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes.
One more time. Raise your hand if you have a gun.
It's tiny. It's purse gun.
While the film shifted its setting from medieval Europe to the Pacific Northwest, it retained the mystery involved as a group of people attempt to suss out which of them is secretly a creature of the night. Like any good mystery, it's full of twists and turns, courtesy of a clever script from Mishna Wolf.
If you're a werewolf, you're a werewolf. Maybe we're all werewolves. Maybe I ate my own hand.
You didn't eat your own hand, hon.
Number 4. Tomb Raider. Much like the 2013 game that it was primarily based on, the 2018 reboot of the Tomb Raider film franchise brought a more realistic take to Lara Croft. A survival thriller set on a mysterious island, the film contained enough gun-toting adventure in the jungle as well as puzzle solving to satisfy hardcore fans and newcomers alike. Alicia Vikander was absolutely shredded for the role, while also providing the title character with much needed charm. However, the film hardly scratched together a net profit, and reviews, while better than most video game films released to that point, were mixed. This, along with a rights lapse from the studio, killed the planned sequel, with yet another reboot in its place.
You like that?
I do. I'll take 2.
Number 3. Gran Turismo.
When he came to me, said he was going to start this GT Academy, I thought all of you were completely nuts.
How exactly does one turn a racing simulator with no plot to speak of into a feature-length film? The solution was to loosely base it on the real-life events surrounding Jan Mardenborough, a Gran Turismo player who used his gaming skills to become a professional race car driver. The film challenges the perception that gamers are basement-dwelling nerds, presenting Jan and other gamers as real athletes, fighting for respect and victory in a system that despises them.
Sorry, this car is ridiculous. Alright, at this point this is actually a waste of my time, but do you know what?
Only receiving a lukewarm critical reception and box office return, the film fizzled out. Considering its strong direction from Oscar nominee Neil Blomkamp and strong supporting performances from David Harbour, Orlando Bloom, and Jim Onunsu, that's quite a shame.
I'm gonna nerf you, gamer.
Go back. Straight back.
Number 2. Ace Attorney.
この文字のことならば
Faithfully adapting the first entry in the Phoenix Wright series of courtroom drama video games, right down to the over-the-top hairstyles, Takeshi Miike's Adaptation was well received in Japan upon release. However, it's gone largely unknown in North America, as another film that never received a proper release and one that was largely ignored altogether by Western critics.
異議あり私はそんなこと言っていないそれに私はそこまでヒラヒラしていない
As of writing, it hasn't received enough reviews to even register a score on Rotten Tomatoes. Those who did manage to see it, however, were rewarded with the same zany antics and twists that were beloved in the original visual novel. Even those not immediately familiar with the franchise are sure to find a lot to love in this off-the-wall legal thriller.
祈ってみろよ。答えがボーンと出る。Come on.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Silent Hill. Upon release, Silent Hill received the usual criticisms aimed at both video game adaptations and horror films, leading to an abysmal reception from critics. However, even its harshest critics could not deny the incredible visuals alternating between a foggy, oppressive landscape and absolutely nightmarish scenes. Much of the film was shot on Super 35 film, helping to add to the grainy, lived-in feeling of the forgotten town. Darker scenes were shot digitally, meaning it was never difficult to see. The sound design was equally unnerving and often directly lifted from its source material. Ultimately, many of the criticisms laid against the film by critics, including its less than straightforward story, oppressive world, and bleak and ambiguous ending, are precisely what make the film truly special. So, what video game film do you think deserved to level up with audiences and critics? Let us know in the comments below.
I'd call them the Super Mario Brothers.